Hello, and welcome to the Student Finance module. The Office of Student Finance is here to help you determine how to fund your education. Some of the items that we're going to be reviewing in this module are your payment options and billing, what payment options we offer, the National Lewis Promissory Note, and how to view your bill. We're going to walk through financial aid. So what is financial aid? What do you do if you have any missing documents or you've been selected for verification? And what your finalized award notification letter will look like once you are admitted to your program. And then last, we're going to review satisfactory academic progress, or SAP. First, we're going to walk through payment plans and billing. National Lewis offers a variety of payment plans in order to make college more affordable. The first option we have is the term-by-term payment plan. And what that means is that you are just going to pay out of pocket each term. You don't have to worry about setting up a payment plan or using financial aid. You're just going to pay at the beginning of each term. The next option is going to be our deferred tuition plan. And what that means is that you will be able to divide your tuition up into 3 equal amounts that you can pay throughout the term. You pay the beginning of the term, the middle of the term, and the end of the term, because we understand that although you might want to pay out of pocket, you may not have all the funds available at that time. The third option is going to be our direct bill option. The direct bill option means that you will be receiving some sort of payment from a company you may work for, that we will send the bill directly to your employer, and then your employer in turn will pay us directly. You don't need to be involved. If your employer does want to reimburse you or pay for some of your education, but we will not be invoicing them and they will be paying you directly, then you're going to sign up for our tuition reimbursement plan. And what that means is that we will defer your tuition for 30 days up until the start of the term. And then when you get that payment and you are able to turn around and pay us, then we apply it to your account. Financial aid, which we're going to walk through in lots more detail in this presentation, means that you're going to be using federal or state financial aid to pay for all or most of your education. And then last, military benefits. If you happen to be an active duty military using tuition assistance, or a military spouse using either tuition assistance or VA benefits, and then of course a veteran using your GI Bill benefits, this is going to be the option for you. The National Lewis Promissory Note will let us know how you are funding your education, as well as your rights and responsibilities as a student. Please visit the student account section under the tuition and fees section of the NLU website to learn more about all these payment plans, as well as to sign the promissory note. Next, we're going to be reviewing the bill. How does National Lewis bill you and what you can expect to see each month? So National Lewis partners with Nelnet Business Solutions to provide billing statements each month. We'll be sending those on the 15th of each month. You'll get a notification through your email. And items listed on the bill will include your current term tuition, your current term fees, any past due balance, your anticipated financial aid scholarships and discounts, and then any anticipated refund. Those are sent to all students on the 15th of every month, even if you've already paid your balance and it's a zero, or if you are anticipating some sort of reimbursement and your bill will be paid by a third party. Those are also a point-in-time reflection of your account and are not updated real time. So when we run the bills and we send them off, it may not reflect a payment you made the next day, because that is just a point-in-time snapshot, and you can view your account in real time through your student portal. All right, so here's an example of an email that's going to be generated and sent to you every time a bill is ready to go. The email is going to be sent from Nelnet and will advise you that your bill is available and what your current balance is. So we can see here in this student example that the amount due is $2,730 and that the due date is going to be on 11/30. When you access your bill, you'll have the option to pay the balance, to set up a payment plan. And then if you have any questions about the amount, then you can obviously call us and we can walk through that with you. Here's just an example of what a bill is going to look like. So as we can see at the top, the amount due is $0. And you can see that there is a credit balance there, which is also called a refund of $60, which means that in this student's case, their anticipated refund for the term is going to be $60. Below, under the transaction detail, we can see that the student does not have a past due balance in this example. If you do have a past due balance, this is where it will show. If the student is registered for current term, then we'll show their current term tuition and fees here. In this case, we can see fall 2020 tuition and fees. are listed. We can see that for fall 2020 financial aid, the Pell Grant has posted. And then we can see for fall 2020 that any anticipated aid, discounts, and scholarship amount, that is just simply aid that has not posted but will post to your account. Many times this is our state of Illinois MAP grant. The MAP grant does pay much closer to the end of the term. And so we know that you're eligible for it, and we know that we're going to be getting that payment. So we want to make sure that we don't make you pay anything while we wait for the money. So this is why we apply it as anticipated, and therefore why the balance is 0. This is going to be a snapshot of your Nelnet account. So when you go in to pay your bill, if you want to set up a payment plan, if you want to sign up for direct deposit, or just see your balance in real time, this is where you're going to go. You can access this through your student portal. It is single sign-on, so once you access it through your student portal, the first time you're just going to confirm your identity, and then moving forward, you'll just be able to bridge right from the student portal to your Nelnet account. So as you can see in this example, the student has a 0 balance. They have a current credit balance of $2 because this is a test student. And then where it says refunds right here to the right, we will actually be walking through that with you, and that will be where you will manage your direct deposit. So any managed refunds, any refund that you do receive from the university and you want to be sent direct deposit to your bank account, you're going to sign up right there. Here you will also be able to view your bill. This student is a test, so they do not have a bill available, as well as sign up for a payment plan. So if you have a past due balance that maybe you're a little confused about how you're going to pay, you can sign up for a payment plan that way. If you choose our deferred payment option, you would go in here and sign up for that here as well. Next, we're going to walk through financial aid. So if you are using financial aid to fund your education, this will tell you how the process works at NLU, as well as what kind of documentation we're going to need. All right, so the first is going to be, what is financial aid? So financial aid is money that can be used towards funding your education. It can be provided by the federal government, the state government, from private institutions, or from school-funded scholarships. We have many options available to help you finance your education, and by using a combination of these options, you can cover many times most or all of your tuition and fees for the term. The first we're going to walk through is our scholarships. So we have a variety of scholarship, and here are some of our most popular. We have the Lewis and Baker Scholarship. We have an alumni scholarship. If you have attended NLU previously and you're back for a degree-seeking program, we have an alumni scholarship for you. If you are a military dependent, military spouse, even if you're not using benefits, we have a military scholarship to offer you. We do work very closely with dreamus.us, and we have a variety of merit scholarships available upon application based on GPA, attendance, things like that. The next we're going to move to is grants. So grants is money that you do not have to pay back. It's gift aid and based on many factors, such as your household size, your income of your household, etc. The two that are most popular are the Pell and the SCOG grants. Also, if you're a resident of the state of Illinois, we have the MAP grant for students who are residents or whose parents are residents of the state of Illinois. And your eligibility is determined by information on the FAFSA. So when you complete the FAFSA, we take that information and we digest it and produce what you're eligible for based on the Department of Education's information that they send us from your FAFSA. Next is going to be work study. So if you are interested in working for the school, we have a variety of part-time jobs available for eligible students. It includes both on and off-campus jobs. And you must be eligible for federal financial aid. If you are interested in learning more about work study, you can visit our website, the student finance area, and then there is a work study section that will tell you how to apply and show you the jobs that are available. And then last but not least, we have student loans. So we have the Federal Direct Stafford student loans. We have the Parent Plus student loan, and those must be paid back once you graduate. So those are loans that you're borrowing from the Department of Education with the understanding that once you complete your degree or you drop out of school and drop to less than half time, then you're going to go into repayment. The Department of Ed gives you 6 months to start repaying those loans. So there's time to get a job or figure out your financial situation and how much you can afford per month. And then you go into repayment 6 months after you graduate. So the Department of Ed has a variety of payment options. So I encourage you to work with them directly if you have any questions. So the financial aid process at NLU. So the first thing you're going to do is complete the 2020-2021 FAFSA. If you plan on using financial aid to fund your education, we need this on file before we can determine any eligibility. The NLU school code is going to be 001733. If you are selected for a process called verification, or we need any other documentation needed to complete your file, you're going to be notified via your student email address that you have either been selected or that we need additional documentation before we can determine your eligibility for financial aid. Once you are fully admitted to your program and all those documentation has been turned in, then we are going to review your account, award any financial that you are eligible for, and send you a letter that lets you know what you're eligible for and any next steps. All right, once you have been fully admitted to NLU and completed any missing documentation, like I mentioned, we're going to send you that letter. And on that letter, you're going to find your estimated tuition and fees for the academic year, any grants you're eligible for, including Pell, MAP, and SEOG, any student loans you may want to borrow to cover any out-of-pocket expenses not covered by grants, and then any next steps to finalize your award package. So we are an active acceptance school, so we need you to go into the student portal and accept your loans before we can post them to your account. Just a little side note that all financial aid information is sent to your student email address, so I encourage you to check that just as frequently as you check your own personal email address or any other social media. All right, last, we're going to review satisfactory academic progress. So what is satisfactory academic progress, or as we call SAP? The Office of Financial Aid is required by the federal and state regulations to determine if students receiving financial aid are making satisfactory academic progress each term. To meet SAP requirements, you must meet all three of the components listed below. The first is going to be PACE. PACE is the rate at which a student is progressing towards program completion. So you need to take a certain amount of credits and complete a certain amount of credits each term to maintain your pace. Students must receive passing grades in those classes listed here and at least 67% of all the credits attempted. GPA. Student must maintain a minimum cumulative GPA of 2.0 for an undergraduate student or a 3.0 for a graduate student. The last is going to be maximum time frame. So a student is ineligible to receive financial aid after they have attempted 150% of the credit hours required to complete the degree program. For example, in an undergraduate program, you are enrolled in a 180-hour degree program. You have 270 hours to complete that program. So that does count things like withdrawals or incompletes, and it makes sure that you are progressing in your program. So you want to make sure that you work with your academic advisor and your student finance advisor to meet those requirements timely. So what happens if you do not meet SAP and you are using financial aid, and how can you regain eligibility? So the first thing you're going to do is talk to your success coach and let them know that you are concerned about your grades and see what options may be available to help you raise your grades. So maybe you have an option of attending study tables, maybe some tutoring is available, etc. Talk to us in student finance to discuss options you have if you do become eligible for financial aid. So maybe we can set up an extended payment plan with you. Maybe we can find some outside funding that you weren't planning on using. So we do have some options available if, in fact, you are not eligible for financial aid because of SAP. And then the last thing you can do is appeal your status. So students on SAP suspension, you can appeal your status by submitting a written statement and supporting documentation of any mitigating circumstances that may have impacted your academic performance in a certain term. For example, if you had a death in your family, if you had an illness in your family, maybe you yourself were ill, maybe you got a divorce. All of these circumstances are understandably going to affect your academic performance. We would just need you to work with your academic advisor or your success coach in documenting that process, what happened, timeframes, etc. And then we will review it. And then if we approve your appeal, you will regain eligibility. You have to maintain the eligibility once you regain it. So you can't appeal twice, but it is an option for you if in fact you had a mitigating circumstance. All right, that's all I have for today. Here's our student finance contact information. Our phone number is going to be 947-5350. Here's our email, which is studentfinance@nl.edu. I encourage you that if you have any questions whatsoever about the financial aid process, any information that you saw here, or any other questions about NLU and the financial aid process here, to give us a call. We are more than happy to help you. We are open from 8:30 to 5 every single day, every weekday, and we look forward to seeing you on campus. Have a great day.